and today's the lecture is number of trailing zeros in a factorial. That is how to count the number of trailing zeros in a factorial. Okay, so first we have to know what is factorial, and I think all of us, but for the purpose of the lecture I'm giving you the definition. That is, you all know factorial is factorial of a number is the multiplication from 1 to that number, the result of multiplication from 1 to that number. And here you can see that 5 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, that is 125, sorry 120. And 10 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 dot dot 10, that is 3628800. So from this lecture we will learn how to count this factorial, the number of trailing zeros from the factorial of any number mentally. Okay, so how you can do mental math to count the number of trailing zeros in a factorial. How a trailing zero comes, it's a question, and all of you know that when a number is multiplied by 10, a trailing zero comes. Here you can see three examples, and all of the three numbers are multiplied by 10, and for that multiplication by 10, you can see that one trailing zero comes for each of the numbers. Okay, so 10 factorial is 3628800. So as there are two trailing zeros, and that is marked with a red color, so you should know that there are two tens here. And here you can see the middle part, that is 10 factorial is 1 into 2 into dot dot 10, and here is 110. For this 10, one trailing zero, and these two and this 5 makes another 10, and there is another trailing zero. So in 10 factorial there is 210 and there is two trailing zero, and we can only find the 5s in a sequence rather than making 10. Okay, so in 5 factorial you can see that there is 1 5, so 5 factorial is 120, one trailing 0. In and 10 factorial you can see that there is 2 5. Where is 2 5? 1 5 is 5 itself, and another 5 is in 10. 10 is equal to 2 into 5, that is, here is 1 5 and here is another 5. So there are, in 10 factorial there are two trailing zeros. And one question should come to your mind, why we are finding 5 rather than 10? Because in 10 we can see that if 10 is multiplied in with a number, there creates a trailing zero. But why 5? Well, in this sequence of multiplication number 1 2 3 4 5 10 dot dot 10, you can see that actually in any sequential number, for two sequential number, one is even number, and every even number is divided by 2. So you can see that from this expansion, that is, there are more 2 than 5s. Here there is 1 2 in 4, there is 2 2 in 6, there is 1 2, and is 8 there is 3 2. So these 2's will multiply with 5 and makes a 10. So we need to count only the number of 5s, and there is a very good way to count the number of 5 in a number. Okay, so how many 5s there are in 10 factorial? And there are two 5s, 5 and 10. 10 is equal to 5, so there are two 5s, and so in 10 factorial there are two trailing zeros. And so now a question to you, how many 5s are there in 25? It is 25 by 5 5. I think it's no, and it's not, it's 6. So how? And 25, you can see that 25 factorial is equal to 1 into 2 into dot 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 25, and you can see that the numbers which are divided by 5 are marked as red. So in 5 there is 1 5, and in 10 there is 1 5, 15 1 5, 20 1 5, 4 into 5, and 25 there is 2 5. So in 25 factorial the number of 5 is 1 2 3 4, and 25 is 5 6. So there is 6 5, so there is 6 10 and 6 trailing zeros. And how should we calculate this in our mind? Okay, in 25 factorial we will divide 25 by 5, that is 5, and we will also divide 25 by 25 is equal to 1, because in 25 there are two trailing zeros, and uh, here we count one 5, and here we count another. So there are six 5 in 25 factorial, and six, that's six trailing zeros. And now questions to you, that how many trailing zeros are there in the following numbers: 100 factorial, 125, 625, and 700. And I will answer you for the first two numbers, 100 factorial. In 100 factorial, you can say that I have divided 100 divided by 5 is equal to 20. So there are 25 side 100, that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But wait, in 25 there are two 5. So 25, 50, 75, and 100, there are, in these four numbers there are two 5, and we count one 5 in here and another 5 in here. So 100 by 5 is equal to 20, and 100 by 25 is equal to 4. And another thing, 100 by 125 is equal to 0. So there are 24 trailing zeros. And why I divide 100 by 125? Because this is the condition where we should stop. So when this the number is divided by the power of 5, and it will become 0, then we should stop. Okay, in 125 factorial, we can see that I have divided 125 by 5, then 125 by 25, then 125 by 125, then 125 by 625. These 5 and 5 into 5 and 5 into 5 into 5 and 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. So here comes 0, and the sum of other number is 31. So in 125 factorial there is 31 5, that means there is 31 10, that means there is 31 trailing zeros. Hope you understand, and you can now solve for the rest two numbers, 625 factorial and 700 factorial, and how many trailing zeros are there. Thank you.